On the blood red sky, the drums resound.
Hello, Commanders! Welcome to today's player story. I'm your host. Not long ago, our team came across something really special in the community. A player had created a full music album inspired by Last War, titled The Last War Story, and it genuinely surprised us. 2 tracks from that album, Fire of Amandine and Welcome to the Smackdown, are being used in our New Year in-game event. We felt this was the perfect opportunity to sit down and talk about the stories behind the music. Sitting with us today is the creator of the album, the Phantom Muse. Welcome.
Hi everyone, pleasure to be here.
Before we dive into the music, we'd love to get to know you a bit better. Could you briefly introduce yourself? Like, when did you start playing Last War? How long have you been playing? And which season are you currently in?
I've been playing for just over a year now, maybe a year and 2 months, currently in Season 4.
So far, do you have a favorite event or season in Last War?
I think I really enjoy the seasons the most. The tactics, the strategy, the diplomacy that goes on behind the scenes that very few people get to see. It really brings everyone together, though, to fight for a grand common cause. I like that.
Are there any moments in the game that really left a deep impression on you?
One of the most memorable for me will always be from the early days. One of our first server capital wars. We were matched with a very powerful player and his server. Everyone thought for sure we would lose, including some in my own server. But we came up with a plan, executed it, and prevailed. It was a beautiful moment for us.
Wow! It sounds like you've had so many meaningful moments in the game. At what point did you realize that you wanted to use music to express these experiences and emotions from Last War?
Quite recently, actually. Season 3 was quite eventful for us, and I always listen to music while I fight. I started messing around and made a couple songs, just for the benefit of the Alliance, to have some fun, and it kinda spiraled from there. People liked it, so I kept going.
You logged in one last time. Said you'd be.
Speaking of inspiration, let's start with a very special track, Fire of Amandine. To be honest, the first time we heard it, it felt deeply emotional and quite heartbreaking. Could you share the story behind this song with us?
Amandine was one of our early R5s. She joined us from another alliance during a merge and took over when our R5 at the time left the game. She herself had to step away due to a medical condition that she had previously beaten, coming back. I wrote that song for her and contacted her to let her hear it, and we sadly discovered she had passed away a couple of weeks prior to my message. I'm very sad that I hadn't started making this music sooner, and she may have been able to hear it and make her smile. But I decided to put the song on the album anyway, as my own personal tribute to her. She will always be remembered. She was our friend.
In contrast, another track from the album, Welcome to the Smackdown, feels completely different. It's energetic, powerful, and really captures that sense of Alliance unity, almost like a song you'd play right before a major battle. Was this track inspired by a specific war or moment in the game, or were you aiming to represent the overall spirit and atmosphere of Alliance warfare in Last War?
Oh wow. Well, this one came from a confrontation that my alliance had with another alliance on our server shortly after Season 3 ended, resulting in threats of war being thrown in our direction. The last thing we want is an internal server war. It weakens us and distracts us from the real enemy, but we are not afraid to go toe-to-toe if we must, to make sure the server is the best it can be. This song was about our resolve to fight, to protect ourselves and the server. Thankfully, a conflict was avoided, but the song was too good to not include in the album.
We'd also love to talk about the album as a whole. In the Last War story, we can hear a wide range of emotions and styles. Some tracks feel strong and aggressive, while others are softer and more reflective. Did you plan from the beginning to create a full album centered around Last War, or did it start with just 1 or 2 songs and gradually grow into a complete project?
Yeah, it really just started with a couple of songs I made for fun, and people really liked them. So I was like, okay, let's see what else I can write about Last War. Made a song or 2 more, and then decided to just do a full album and release it on Spotify so that as many people as possible could experience it. As much as the album is really about my own personal experiences and the experiences of my alliance and server, I think the feelings and experiences are not exclusive. I'm sure many have been in the same boat as us, in many aspects, so people outside of the server can relate too.
Now we'd like to talk about how this collaboration began. At the time, our team discovered your music by chance in the community. When we first listened, we all had the same reaction. This is really good, and this is incredibly talented. Especially welcome to the Smackdown. Its rhythm, emotion, and overall tone fit Last War perfectly. It carries a strong sense of alliance unity and battle spirit. So after listening, we immediately wanted to reach out to you and see if there was a chance to collaborate, and hopefully bring your music into the game so more players could hear it. We tried every possible way to contact you. So when you first received a message from the Last War development team, what was that moment like for you? Could you share how you felt?
Ha 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 ha. I won't lie. I thought I was in trouble. I thought the team had maybe heard something they didn't like. But when I read it properly, I realized the message was because they did like it. It was kind of surreal. I didn't make this music for anyone but myself, and my friends, and maybe a handful of people I could reach on Reddit or the official Discord eventually. So to be recognized by the Last War team was quite nice.
Later on, our collaboration progressed very smoothly. When we confirmed that your music would be used in the New Year event and that players across the game would hear your work, what emotions did you feel at that moment?
As you can probably imagine, I was very excited. Not everyone is on Reddit or Discord, so my own reach mainly comes from word of mouth. To hear it was going to be in the game itself was crazy to me, but I'm so glad that many more people will have the opportunity to hear some of the songs. I'm definitely going to be making more songs, so keep your eye out.
For our team, this collaboration also carries a deeper meaning. Last War has many creators like you, players who create amazing work out of love for the game and their own talent. If there are other Last War creators listening to this episode right now, what would you like to say to them?
Wow, it's going to sound totally cliche, but just be yourself. Create things because you enjoy it. People can tell when it's forced and not coming from a place of fun, love, or enjoyment, especially with music. But most importantly, share it. Spread that joy.
Thank you so much for sharing this story with us. We truly appreciate you being here. In the world of Last War, it's not just about battles and victories. It's also about companionship, love, and the many beautiful stories that emerge along the way. And many of those stories aren't written by systems. They're created by players, through music, comics, videos, and so many forms of creativity. If you're also recording Last War in your own way, please don't doubt that passion. We can see your story. That's all for today's player story. Until next time, Commanders.